Time to noodle.
It's time to noodle, lads.
Yeah. What I did realize is that last week we forgot to do a clap, and that means that it took me like 10 or 15 minutes to match up the tracks. Yeah. We gotta remember to do that.
I don't want to cost you 10 or 15 minutes. I know how valuable your time is.
My time is absolutely valuable.
I know.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
And the Steam sale this year was just
Dog shit.
Yeah.
The closest I came was maybe picking up a copy of Octodad. And
Just get that on
You
PlayStation.
just get it.
well,
yeah, get it
I
on
want it on
PS4.
PlayStation. And I know that sooner or later it'll be on sale or free. So
Well, that's true. It probably will be.
Probably
Considering that we're
will
getting
be.
Towerfall.
Hey, look, it's Phil Theobald,
Yo!
Yeah.
formerly of the internet,
That's me.
currently of...
your butt.
Your
Nah.
local BBS.
Haha.
Oh, what?
What?
Say what? What?
All right, let's start recording. I'm gonna
Hang
go
on,
ahead
let's
and
open up
Jesus.
the high jerk.
do that.
recording
And-
now.
Me
Audio.
too.
Hi, jerk.
Testing 1 2 1 2 3.
Opening.
Oh, you got to test
Sibilance.
before we start broadcasting for crying
Syphilis.
out loud.
Yeah.
Syphilis.
Hi, Jack.
Yeah.
I'm
My name
recording.
Mo, and I am
Recording. Okay.
Was there a an outline for this week's episode?
Of course not. All right, ready for the clap? Let's do
CJ's
The
flying by the seat of his
non-outline
balls
is
this week.
the outline.
it.
Excellence.
Right. All right. 3, 2, 1. We did it.
How did I do?
Mike's was
Sure.
about 5 minutes late.
Was that Mike? Was that last one there?
I don't think so.
Really?
Oh wait, I think Stewie went to get some salmon sticks.
Hey, Mike.
Oh wait.
Sir.
Hey, take it easy.
Hey, Mike. I see
Sir.
your shirt has a large M on that. Is that
Yes.
M for Mike?
It's for Mario Maker.
Oh, you're excited about Mario Maker. Yeah.
You're going to be able to make your own Mario levels.
I'm going.
I hear you can only exchange friends through SD card though. So
I'm going.
You can
to
only
use-
exchange via graph paper.
I'm going to use Mario Maker to recreate the entirety of the first Little Big Planet.
oh,
That would be a neat trick.
Yeah.
I don't think
Oh,
physics are shitty enough to do that. Nah.
Yowza.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
Hello,
missed my air
welcome to
conditioner.
episode 399. What? Of the
Penultimate.
Player One Podcast. Yes. For Monday, June 30th. I have to check the date because we didn't write an outline. So, yeah, 2014.
So you may want to skip to the end of this episode.
Yeah.
Probably because we know what we're doing.
Yeah, I'm your host, Chris Johnston. With me, as always, directly from California, yay, Mr. Phil Theobald.
Not really as always.
I was going to say, he
Also
wasn't even here
Russell
last
Howard.
week. How can he be always?
Well,
Yeah.
that's. Just
I was horribly sick last week. I had a terrible fever, and
Flavor.
I hope you still have plenty of notes about BotCon because that's pretty much what this episode is about.
pretty much the whole time I was there, I was like, "Man, Mike is gonna be really depressed that he's not here."
BotCon / Transformers,
This is-
whatever number.
What you should have
long-form
done,
review.
Mike,
This
you
is
should have
so
crashed
like-
the party with your Pacific Rim cosplay. That would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, Pacific
wow.
Rim would have known what to do. Pacific Rim, the animated series. Huh?
Is that happening?
Top of that. Yes, it is.
Oh.
Really, Mike, is there any place for you in this world anymore? At this point?
It is. It's getting painfully narrow.
We've
I
got
have to
BotCon,
be
we've
honest.
got, 4 Transformers movies out there now?
That's right.
All I've really got in this whole world is this basement that I'm currently sitting in. That's it.
Aww.
Aw.
I know.
And joining
tragic.
me from the frozen north where they don't have a BotCon.
Oh.
Mr. Greg Seward.
Their joints freeze up. Don't you remember Jetfire? They found him in Nova Scotia.
Was it Nova Scotia?
No, God no.
Oh,
It was the Arctic, but it's close enough.
What I mean,
Yeah.
what are we looking at? Like 20, 30 miles for
Yeah, so I can see
difference
it
between that?
2
Yeah.
clicks. 2 clicks.
Yeah.
And joining us from the great state of Utah is Mike Phillips. Hello.
Hello. The thing I always liked about CES was that, so you have this super nerdy trade show, and directly across the street at the Sahara was the porn convention, right?
Oh, yeah.
That was the only
So
reason to go to
it's like you have this incredibly nerdy group of guys, and then Nirvana of masturbation just across the way. BotCon seems even more nerdy. So, what is the convention that's direct? Is it just like a snuff film convention? That's like the only thing
that's
that's
across the street. Let me tell you, holy cow! You could not step outside because of the smell. I'm not saying it was a bad smell. I'm just saying it was pungent.
It was a smell.
Pervasive.
If there's one thing I love, it's pungence.
And let me tell you, it's one of those situations where you go there and you buy your little Transformers toys, and then you have to put them in a sealed container with some rice for about 3 or 4 weeks afterwards, just to.
Do you take a blue light with you and just go over all the toys before you?
I figured
decide on one?
There's a point where you're just looking at glowing toys,
A family pack
and
of
you
Lysol
should
wipes.
just accept that you're getting what you're getting and don't worry about it.
I think
Out of
that's a
sight,
good
out of
policy.
mind. Yeah.
Phil just leaves a
Alright,
trail
then.
of surgical gloves behind him at the con.
I figure if you can't beat them, beat them.
Fair enough.
I don't.
So did you?
Hey.
But did you see the Mega Drive Megatron or what?
No, I did not. They
Aw.
did not have any prototypes or anything of
What kind
that.
of BotCon is that?
Shame.
Well, to be fair, not
Yeah.
a good one.
All right.
Ah.
I don't know. No, I was kind of hoping to see some sort of prototype type thing like that, but they don't really have a lot of the official Japanese stuff there, just because
You're not in Japan.
Takara
If it
is
is
not really
a
related.
shitty convention, how many
Mhm.
times do you figure per day people are heard to make the joke, I really wish that there had been more than meets the eye?
How many different transforming sound ringtones did you hear, or Transformers roll out as a text message sound?
You'd be surprised. I really didn't hear. I think I heard maybe one ringtone go off with the little
Oh,
boy.
that sort of thing.
God. And
I'm
then
okay
that
with
person
that.
was instantly dogpiled and beat to a pulp.
Well, you're
No.
forgetting.
Well,
You're forgetting
that's
the
a
crowd.
Okay, they were made king.
I will say
There you
that's more likely. I was very pleased when I was walking towards the convention center for the first time. I haven't even stepped into the building yet, but the first person I see inside was indeed wearing a fedora. So it's just like I mentioned my friend Justin, with whom I used to work on Nintendo Power and co-host the Points of Articulation toy podcast. The first thing I said to him, I was just like, well, we haven't gotten in the show proper yet, but I'm already at Fedora count 1 out of 1. So
What about the vests and pocket watches?
How many
Did you spy
utility-
any of those?
you see any Utilikilts?
actually, no, I did not. No Utilikilts.
This
Wow.
BotCon sucked.
There were
Jeez.
a few. Let me tell you something. Very,
Just turn on my Xbox.
very good on the people who want to cosplay at this
As
thing.
Transformers?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
The-
a
the,
lot of washing machine boxes had been
Well, that-
repurposed.
Spike
That's-
Witwies.
That's the thing, is you get an awful lot of. You can't really do a Transformers costume that's not cumbersome
Right.
Sure.
to the detriment of everyone around you.
Yeah.
These poor people, they've spent quite a bit of time making these elaborate.
Hours.
But then do they usually have their non-Transformer fan friend leading them around, right?
Yeah. They usually have a spotter or two to sort of.
Well, someone who is cosplaying as Megan Fox's bare abdomen.
Yeah. I just I went into there were panels that they had, and then the only one I was really interested was Hasbro themselves showing off some of their new toys and stuff like that. So I went into that. So you're in this crowded hall,
That's like the keynote
Filled with
address.
nerds.
basically, yes. And the place is packed,
Autobot sweat.
and then you just hear. And it's some guy walking in with a giant, like he's covered head to toe in plastic toys that he has disassembled
Oh my lord!
and reassembled together to give himself this kind of transformery hide, and little red wagons that he is wearing upside down on his feet to look like giant robot feet, and it's all this plastic scraping against each other and little, wheels on their ball bearings rattling around as
He had what on his ball bearings?
little
It's all
wheels.
ball bearings these days, son.
The Transformer.
As people are trying to speak and that sort of thing, and he's just scraping past everyone, trying to sit down in like 2 or 3 chairs at a time because he's covered in plastic boxes. So
It's amazing.
Amusing sight to see, and they get really uppity too. Like they really sort of expect you to accommodate them. It's your fault for being in their way.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. So.
But it was fun overall. Did you buy anything there?
Of course, I bought some toys. And
What was your haul like?
7?
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of number do you want? Do you want a dollar amount? Do you want?
Raw poundage.
Oh, I definitely want a dollar amount. Dollar amount sounds great.
I'm not going to mention that.
How many Transformers?
Is your wife
did you
home?
do with?
Yeah. She's home and doesn't need to hear about that.
Mhm.
So
Getting real close to the mic.
I love
it. Married life.
Ixnay on the anime and stay, fellas. But I'll tell you what, it was an interesting social experiment, if nothing else.
All right.
A lot of people there who clearly don't interact with the outside world much. Most of their time,
Well, I
Really
mean,
spent
they need
on
to
the
keep their
internet.
cover.
yeah,
Sure.
it was interesting.
So, do you go for the Transformers, or do you go so that you can feel much more socially well-adjusted yourself?
You know what? I intended to. It was just to go for the former, but after about 2-3 hours, it turned pretty much exclusively to the latter. It was It was
Makes
about
good
making
sense.
myself feel like a big man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
So
Well, welcome back, and we're glad that you're healthy again.
you know what? Don't friggin' patronize me, you jerk.
Did anyone watch
No.
the speed runs done quick?
No.
I
Summertime.
did not.
Oh man, you missed some awesome
I
stuff.
like to. I really love to watch that usually every year, just sort of have it running in the background or something, but I just never got around to it this year.
Yeah, they had some good runs.
Yeah.
They always
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
I lie. I watched one. I watched the end of one. It was the end of the Earthworm Jim one. I just happened to tune in right when that was happening.
Okay. I watched a bunch of the Zelda ones. The
Oh, yeah?
Boy Zelda. Yeah. It was
Like
good.
the Legend of Zelda.
Yeah,
that series.
seasons and ages. Well, they did
Okay.
seasons actually,
Okay.
but yeah. Link's Awakening.
Yeah.
They did Link Between Worlds as well,
They
apparently.
did.
Ah.
Yeah, I did not get a chance to catch that one, but I heard it was interesting.
Did they beat it?
Don't
They
always?
beat all the game tapes.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
pretty much. But yeah, that I love watching live speedruns. The tool assisted stuff is
These are not tool assisted.
It's not
Like,
pure
I was
enough
gonna
for you,
ask.
Johnston.
this is pure speedrun. It's always entertaining.
Yeah.
They had one guy was doing Sonic Unleashed, and
Right.
I don't even know how you could figure out where the hell you were moving, because already the control in 3D Sonic games is usually fairly bad, but
Why would you?
yeah, it's got-
Unleashed was the one with the were hedgehog.
werehog.
right?
yeah, I think so. Yeah,
So
I don't know.
And
And then they had a guy doing GoldenEye, who was moving. I don't know if you've seen the speedruns of this. He moved doing like strafe, the like side strafe.
Yeah.
It's faster to
seen
walk
that.
in strafe than it is to just move forward. So it's kind of
awesome.
crazy, but really interesting to watch.
I will
Yeah.
never get that good at any game ever.
No,
I will never
No.
know things like that.
no.
I have to find them out on the internet because I'm watching someone else do a speed run, but I would never figure that out.
that's right. Me neither. But
Hmm.
it's good stuff to watch
Cool.
in the background. So yeah, what the hell have we been playing, Phil? Since you haven't been here,
Yeah.
Counting on you,
last
Phil.
week. Why don't you
Bring
we
it
count
home,
on
baby.
you to bring the content to this show?
I was too sick to really play anything, so I just I sat around. These.
Yeah.
I picked up Shovel Knight.
Oh,
See,
ah.
I actually do want to hear about this
Mhm.
because
Shovel
I'm
Knigget?
interested, and I want to know what platform you are playing it on.
Yeah, I grabbed it too.
I picked it up for the Wii U
Okay.
and was playing through it for a bit. Got a couple hours into it, and then realized, boy, I'd really like to have this portable as well. So I actually double dipped already and
Wow,
got
you
the.
double-dipped.
Jesus
Jesus,
Christ!
man.
It's your
Got
new
the-
SteamWorld dig.
I got the 3DS version as well.
I picked it up on
And,
3DS.
So
Yeah.
compare and contrast
And-
for me because 3DS is actually where I
Yeah.
want to get it, obviously because I do not have a Wii U. But,
You know what?
Yeah, that makes sense.
There's
It's
no
also
reason.
available.
but it's on the PC as well, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's on Steam, but I think it works really well as a 3DS game. I mean, it's fantastic
Cool.
wherever you play it, but it does not seem diminished in any way. It looks just as good on the 3DS. I dare say that it looks better almost, just because
The
the way
screen's better.
the way
Really?
the graphics look on the smaller screen, just really kind of emphasizes that old schooliness of it. And it's a very good game.
It is awesome.
I was
Yeah.
It was one of those things where it was getting I mean, it looked good from the beginning. It looked like it was going to be a very good game, but for like that week leading up to its release, just people on Twitter would not shut up about how, oh, this is the most amazing, and it was getting to that point where I was starting to be sick of the game already. Like it's like,
Yeah.
I wanted to play this game, but oh my God, shut up, people! This is it. It's not that good.
You only play games if they're counterculture.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It's funny because it was the exact opposite effect on me because I already had myself convinced that it was going to be one of those games that was kind of really
Atrocity.
shallow and a atrocity, exactly, like just not anything special, hiding behind very nice pixel art and sort of the old
Right.
school soundtrack and stuff, and so I had actually pretty much written it off for no good reason
Right.
other than the hunch, but then people wouldn't shut up about it on
Other
Twitter.
than-
Like, I got to check
Other
this
than
out.
Greg, you are justifiably jaded about that sort of thing because
Right.
it's a very easy go-to with the 8-bit pixel art style. So you have every reason to be skeptical about it.
But I was very happy to be wrong.
Yeah,
'Cause
It
that
is,
that is a good game.
yeah, it is.
Well, I
It's-
think at least in the beginning, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, it's sort of a spiritual successor to DuckTales," and
Because
I
you
mean,
can bounce with a
it
sword
is-
down.
It is in a way, but it also has different pieces of all of these other games as well. That it's really nicely balanced.
Tell me about some of the other games, because you're unselling me with the DuckTales reference.
Okay, well, here's the thing, and I apologize in advance for anyone who's watching and listening live. The lightning that may strike in a few moments, I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Kotaku review was excellent.
Oh,
Basically,
wow.
Jason Schreier, I think is how you say his name.
Mm-hmm.
He said,
I think it's Jason.
there you go, Jason Schreier. He basically just ran screenshots of all the games that he feels they mixed together. So you had like DuckTales, you had Mega Man, you had Super Mario 3. It was a cool review. It was an interesting way to do it. That wasn't just 1,000 words that I was sick of after the first 20.
The only DuckTales inspiration would be the fact that you can do like a little downward thrust attack.
Which, honestly, you could say that's a Zelda 2 inspiration if you felt like it.
Yeah, I mean,
and also the main character is Scrooge McDuck, but that really feels tangential.
Well,
to everything.
He's got a money pit.
Yeah. I mean,
go ahead.
It's just an exceptionally designed platformer. The level design is great. I don't even think the level design feels very Mega Man-ish.
Well, it feels partially Mega Man, I find, but then it has a lot of secrets almost to getting you like a Metroid or a Symphony of the Night. There's a lot of exploration even within those.
See, now you're starting to talk about games I like. Mario 3, Metroid, Symphony of the Night.
The vibe I get from it, at least from the level design, I get like this sort of Castlevania feel, like the kind of 8-bit Castlevania games.
Oh, see, keep talking about that too.
That's the kind of level design that it feels like to me. Certainly more so than a Mario or a Mega Man type of level design. It feels to me more like a Castlevania game.
But I think maybe
with better control.
That's what I was going to say. I think maybe people are saying something like Mega Man or Mario because the control is extremely good. It's not like you think 8-bit Castlevania. You think that whole thing where like, okay, as soon as I launch into a jump, I'm helpless until he lands, right?
Right.
And things like that. Whereas with Shovel Knight, you have full control at all times of the direction he's going in, even in the air, and it's extremely precise. It feels really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
they
did
did
a ton of different options. I haven't even gotten to the point where I'm buying a lot of weapons or anything yet. But I mean,
same here.
There's a whole bunch of spells you can unlock and things like that, and so there's RPG elements to it, and
those even like the little sub weapons and stuff. Those are handled in a very Castlevania way.
Yes, they are.
Like pressing up an attack to throw your special items, and they had
your magic meter.
They used the little magic meter for them. So.
Is it any cheaper on the 3DS? Just out of curiosity.
No, sadly.
It is.
How much is it?
$15.
Oh, okay. Well, that's. I was afraid it was like a $50 or whatever dollar.
Oh no.
Okay.
And it's challenging, which is good. I actually
it is.
The first boss I fought a lot.
One of the things I found interesting that people were talking about, and that I found as well, is that the game sort of gives you a lot of leeway to make the game as difficult or as easy as you want by letting you buy more sections of life if you want that, or magic. I guess you can destroy the checkpoints for gold as well.
Yeah.
So,
really? I didn't know.
Oh yeah. If you do your little pogo jump on top of the checkpoints, they will shatter.
Oh, okay.
And you earn money for that, and there's like an achievement for getting through a stage with no checkpoints, or getting through the game with no checkpoints.
Yeah.
But obviously you get that extra gold, but you sacrifice the
checkpoint.
The checkpoint, yeah. So
that's interesting. I like
that.
And
so you've got an overworld, and you can take. I mean, you're limited to how far you can go at the beginning. Like there are areas that are locked that you have to beat the other knights to access. But even right from the start, you've got like 2 different bosses you can tackle in whichever order.
Yeah.
So you've got that's sort of, I think, the Mega Man / Mario 3 thing people are talking about. So, but no, I was pleasantly surprised by it. It is not hiding behind its visuals, which I was so afraid was going to be the case.
No, it definitely isn't. But it does. It looks fantastic.
It does.
There's a really interesting blog post on Gama Sutra as well. I don't know if you've seen this. I think you have, Phil, from the Yacht Club Games guy. basically talking about their inspiration on how they wanted to have it limited in some ways, like NES games, but also break some of those rules to bring some of it up to the 21st century.
Yeah, it is actually a very good article.
Yeah.
You should link it in the show notes, CJ.
Maybe I will. I'll probably forget, though.
You'll forget.
Well.
But yeah, Shovel Knight is good.
Yeah, music's really nice, too.
Yeah, that's good stuff, Mike. You should definitely grab it.
I'm going to get it. Yeah.
Yeah, give
Enough
it a
of
try.
those games that you mentioned as being components of the Bouillabaisse are favorites of mine that I should probably at least try it out.
Yeah, I think you'll dig it.
I think, like the other thing too is that we talk about all these.
I think you'll dig it, I said.
We're talking about all these games that it draws from, but it draws from them in a really smart way, where it sort of folds everything into its own game, as opposed to, say, Retro City, where it's like, hey, look, remember the duck from Duck Hunt?
I think you'll find it's pronounced Retrocity. We've established that.
Yeah. So there's none of that going on.
That's good, because that does bother me.
Yeah.
Cool. And for $15, definitely.
Yeah, and it's like 7 or 8 hours, I've heard. That's what people are saying.
Yeah.
It's decent.
All right. Phil, you been playing anything else? Anything else that we can talk about?
Bought a couple things on the Steam sale.
Oh,
Steam summer sale's going on. Today's the last day as we record. I picked up Octodad for a $5.
That's a good game.
That
You know
is a
what?
good price.
I have to say I was skeptical of it, but it's you were right, Mike. It's a pretty fun little game.
It's pretty doggone funny.
It's a silly,
Like, genuinely humorous.
yeah, silly little game. I'm enjoying it. I'm still at the very beginning of the game. I just got to the grocery store,
Mm-hmm.
so I am just flopping around trying
We say
to.
grockery up here.
What now?
We say grockery up here.
Instead of store?
No, yeah.
It gets progressively
Have you
goofier.
seen how it's spelled?
A grocery grockery?
Yeah.
Whatever, dude. Enjoy your craft dinner.
That kid is pissed.
He just woke up from a nap, you know. He's
Do you do that when you wake up from a nap? Like, where does he get that from? Yeah, that's what I thought.
yeah, you know. You didn't have to live with me. CJ knows.
That's true.
CJ knows what that's like.
All too well.
3 times a day.
Oh man. But that's a fun little game. I'm looking for. How long is it, Mike?
Not very long.
Okay.
A few hours,
Okay.
I guess. Yeah, it's
Okay.
pretty short.
And I guess somewhat related to games that sort of thrive on their terrible control is
You got
even
Surgeon
though
Simulator.
no,
You
I
have to
had
have a Little Big Planet.
I had Surgeon Simulator, and even I know not to play Little Big Planet. But
Someday I'm going to murder all your faces.
no, I picked up the Goat Simulator
Aha!
because that was on sale for like
I don't know
$5.
anything about this.
Did
I
this live
can't
up
figure
to
out why it exists.
It's a just stupid. Clearly, these guys were just sort of goofing around. Let's make something dumb.
Yeah, it seems
And-
utterly pointless.
Is that a?
Well, it's not Cow Simulator.
Is that some sort of like barnyard humor?
Nope.
It's really dumb. It's really dumb and it's really buggy and it's clearly just for like the $5 or whatever I paid, I will have enough fun just running around knocking people through walls and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
it is clearly we're just gonna fuck around and do something stupid for a bit. Kind
I
of
get a
game.
little bit aroused anytime Phil uses the F word. Is that weird? Am I the only one?
Not that.
Nope.
It's not that weird.
Okay.
Hey, Mike.
He's
I get
working
it,
blue.
but
Check it. Don't do it.
He's
Don't
working
do it.
blue today.
Mike.
Don't do
Mike,
it.
the
Don't
blue
say it,
shirt.
Phil. Phil, I'm just a man. I can
He's
only
an old
handle
man,
so
Phil.
much.
He's an old man.
Fart.
No, I don't care about that.
See, I'll tell you who really gets me going is when Rich Grisham drops an F-bomb.
I don't know
Yeah.
if I've ever heard that.
I think I've heard it once.
Wow.
And I only remember
Man.
because of how exciting it was.
Man. I could reduce my Viagra from the 50 milligram to the 25 if that happens on a regular basis.
I'm just trying to get CJ to put the explicit tag on this one.
Right.
$3.99. It's our last before the big 400.
Yeah.
Penis. Vagina.
You sound like my 2-year-old now. She learned those words and now they're her favorite
Yep.
Of course.
in public.
Always.
Yep, always. That was like
Damn.
nothing. I was just having flashbacks to when my oldest was around 2 or so. She
Yeah.
was out shopping with her mother, and they were, I don't know what store they were at, but anyway, she happened to look up, and there was a black man standing there in front of her. She
Oh,
pointed
boy.
at him and said, "Obama."
Aw. There you go. That's less of like a toddler mistake.
Nova
and more of
Scotia is the liliest of whites.
that's more of a Canadian thing, right? And that's not even a
No,
race
it's
thing.
not,
That's just-
actually. It's not.
think-
It just, that's what
Greg
they said.
actually had to pause for a second and go, is it? No, it's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. That guy's 5'6" and 400 pounds. It's not.
Oh man, terrible,
Uh,
terrible.
I'm
Alright.
glad I wasn't there.
You know what? I haven't. That's really about all I've been playing. But Mike, I want to ask you a
Yo.
question, Mike,
Yes, sir.
because I saw. I don't think we've ever talked about this game, other than to say we'll talk about it later.
Is it Mumbledy Peg?
Stuff, making up stuff.
No, that's a real game where you throw knives at the ground.
Oh, really?
Knifey Spoony.
Not knifey spoony.
If that had been the game's name, I would be far more interested. Oh man, no, it's on sale now on the PSN. Did you ever get around to playing Deception 4?
I have not. I still have not played that.
Son of a poop.
I know. I need to
It's
do
on-
that.
on
How much
sale
is
now.
it now?
20.
It's 20
Son
on
of
the
a bee.
Vita and 30 on the PS3.
Son of a
Yes.
bee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, you should buy it. Let's talk about it next week. I promise I'll play it.
I'm tempted to.
By the way,
Yes.
Dynasty Warriors 8 Complete Edition. I saw on the PlayStation blog that was on sale. I was like, oh, maybe the
It
PS4
is.
version is on sale.
It is not.
Maybe I'll try that out. Oh no, wait.
What?
It's $60 and not on
You
sale.
were gonna
so,
you were
no.
gonna try it out? Really?
Why?
Yeah.
Why would you? What do you? What?
Eh,
What is wrong
eh.
with you?
You know.
You know what, CJ? You know what you should
think it might have changed in the last 10 years?
Oh,
CJ?
well, something's
If
got
you're-
to have, right?
if you're getting an itchin to play some Muso,
Zelda's coming.
Is that something I need a topical cream for?
maybe. No, you know what you should do is wait until one of the One Piece games go on sale
Yeah,
and buy
I have thought about doing that.
One Piece Pirate Warriors.
I
got
got
used it for
Warriors
some
went on
sketching.
sale like 3 weeks after it came out for like $14. I was like, oh shit, I gotta buy that. And then
Yeah.
the next week it went back up, and I had forgotten that. Oh, I meant
Yeah.
to buy that.
No, you should pick up one of those. I think you might enjoy it.
Okay. Okay.
It's got that real anime feel. That
Anime?
it's pronounced
Anime?
Manja.
Manja.
Yes.
Yeah, we're talking about Japanimation, right?
Manga.
Yes. Yes. In the glorious style of the Orient.
So now you're just being racist.
What? Said it was glorious. Yeesh. Highly complimentary.
I said it was glorious.
Clearly.
But yeah, there you go. So I don't know. Maybe I'll pick up Deception.
Deception.
I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Where it's all
I see.
You know what though, CJ? I
Yeah.
did pick up that Dynasty Warriors 8 Complete on the Steam sale as well. So
You did. All right.
for my
You
personal-
bought more games on the Steam sale than anyone I know.
The rest of
Is
the
that right?
podcast combined.
Yeah.
Well, I know like a guy who plays PC games on this podcast, and that's really about it.
PC games.
Yeah.
You played that Roller Coaster Tycoon, Greg.
I do play that a lot.
Don't make fun of Roller Coaster Tycoon. That game
I'm not
is
making
awesome.
I'm not making fun of it at all.
All right,
I'm just
then.
saying.
All right.
Well,
I'm
Mike-
stunned at how often I look at my Steam friends list and there's Greg playing Roller Coaster Tycoon.
You big Roller Coaster Tycoon fan, Mike?
I am. What's
Oh,
more, my
man.
daughter is a huge, huge Roller Coaster Tycoon fan.
Yeah.
She loves it.
That's good
Yep.
to know.
Yes,
Good to
indeed.
know.
All right then.
You will stay off the list then, apparently.
My company's working on updating that game.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sweet.
That's what we're doing.
For
That's
the
why I
personal
play so
C?
much of it. Maybe eventually.
I don't really see the point of playing Roller Coaster Tycoon when you can just go out to an amusement park.
Are you not at liberty to say what platform you're developing it for?
Tablets.
Oh, cool. She has one of those, so that's
She
excellent.
does. Yep.
As long
So
as it's
that-
not for the Surface Pro exclusively, we're
No.
okay.
That is why I've logged 300 hours in the past few months on that game or something like
Holy
that.
shit.
Ah.
That's a lot of coasters.
That was
Guess
the
that would
company I
explain
worked
why
for,
you-
Frontier. They developed Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Gotcha.
The most recent
That would
one.
be why you've been playing it a lot, I suppose.
Makes
So
sense.
Now we're redeveloping it.
Roller Coaster Tycoon, the game Greg will only play if you pay him.
Yes. Just like the old days.
Right on the box copy there.
That's starting to get to be most games for me.
Oh
You
man.
playing any Tomodachi Collection there, Phil?
Yeah.
Playing that still? I heard somebody refer to it as a me aquarium, and I quite like that description.
A Mequarium.
A me aquarium, yeah.
Hmm.
I
Makes
think
sense.
that is very apt. 'Cause
Sure.
you basically watch what happens
What?
with the,
Does any-
those me's.
I need something else to happen in that game.
No, nothing else happens.
It's getting a bit stale. I had someone on my island marry Christina Aguilera, and so now
they
they
get
have
a
a
house together?
house. Yes, yeah, they did that. But then not much else is happening. I think I just need more people in my game because I've still only got like 10.
You should
yeah,
get more
I need
people.
to do the same. I need to do the same.
Put more people in there.
Yeah.
Put like a dozen Hitlers.
And I'm not sure about that, but
Why?
maybe.
Because that's not enough. If you're going to put Hitlers in your game, you need a gross of Hitlers. All right?
At least a baker's dozen.
That's actually, it's like, a troop of gorillas, a murder of crows.
Right.
It's a gross of Hitler.
Gross Hitlers.
Even
Yeah.
if you do not have.
You don't have to have
144.
144. No,
Okay,
it's still a gross
okay.
of Hitlers.
Okay. Not bad.
so wrong.
How did we get here? What episode is this?
399. We're trying to get everyone to not listen to 400 at this point.
Unsubscribe.
Yeah. I think we're
Starting
doing a
next
pretty good job on
episode,
that.
we're gonna go back. We're gonna start over. Next episode will be episode 100. We are wiping the previous
Yeah.
couple hundred episodes out of existence.
I finally purchased a game on the Steam sale. I
Oh, yeah?
didn't think I was going to buy a game, but I ended up buying one that features a gross of Hitlers,
Oh
as
yeah.
a matter of fact, as it turns out. Yeah,
Yeah.
because Wolfenstein went on sale for $30, which is like that's what I want from the
that's
Steam
the price.
sale is a game that's like a month old that's half price. That's what I'm talking about.
Now you got it.
If Watch Dogs would have been $30, I would have bought that too. But on Uplay, that kind of shit doesn't happen. So, oh well. But that game's pretty surprising, as it turns out. You would not expect for it to be a really cool kind of story-driven game.
Wasn't
Yeah,
it
I've heard
it
pretty
is.
good, right?
It is. I can't remember the
former
name
Starbreeze?
of the company. It's Machine something. I can't remember, but it is ex-Starbreeze
Starbreeze people.
employees.
Right.
Yeah, and I fucking love Starbreeze games. The Darkness. I even liked I thought their Syndicate reboot was really, really fun. I had a great time with co-op in that. And one thing that they have always done that they continue to do here is make first-person shooters, which CJ would hate because I'm sure this would make you motion sick, but they're the kind of games where you actually feel like you're in the body of the person, like you're actually inhabiting their body, whether you're sliding or crawling or mantling over something. It feels
I'm getting nauseous
natural.
already.
Yeah. So they've done that again. And I've only played a couple of hours so far, but it has been surprising because when you think of the old Wolfenstein, it's there was nothing to that. It was a paper thin plot, if there was even one. It was mostly just running down corridors and shooting. Yeah.
Little robot Hitler.
Robo
A
Hitlers.
gross of Hitlers.
A gross of Hitlers.
But this one has a pretty neat story behind it. I still, I lament the fact that you play a guy named B.J. Blazkowicz. I think that's ridiculous. I would have been okay with them renaming him for the sake of making it seem a little bit more serious, but no. You're still that guy. You're still a big meathead, blonde, goofy American dude. But the rest of it is really good. The shooting is as good as you would expect from a Starbreeze game, and there is a decent amount of variety. There, even early on in the game, there's a part where you're scaling the walls, almost like there was a level like that in Uncharted 3 where you're going vertically up the wall and shooting guys, and they're falling down in front of you, and you're dodging, and airplanes are crashing into the side of the wall. There's a lot of spectacle and good stuff like that in it so far. But like I said, still early on, but pretty impressed, and $30 feels like the right amount of money to pay for that game. And it looks really good on the PC too. I was pleasantly surprised with that game, especially for $30. And it's still on sale, so the Steam sale is still going on, you can still get that game for $30, which I think is probably worth it if you're looking for a decent shooter, and if you're anticipating the fact that there are no games coming for about a month or so, then why not?
Well, we got Last of Us Remastered at the end of the month.
Is that the end of the month? What day is that?
End of July.
Oh, end of July.
And the Destiny beta.
The
That
beta.
sort of thing.
Eh.
Yeah.
All right, then. So
You say Borderlands meets Halo. I say poop meets butt.
Wow, you're so jaded, Mike. You're so
I know.
jaded.
I'm an asshole.
Gotta get excited about some games. We've been criticized, right? That we seem down on games.
Hey, guess
Wow,
what? I'm enjoying Wolfenstein. I think I just said that about 35 seconds
And
ago.
we
Shovel Knight.
three of us said we love Shovel Knight, so
Shovel Knight's great, if you like the worst things ever.
all right.
Okay.
So what say we take a break?
All right.
Come back and do some
Okay.
tweets.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right.
That's what we're gonna do.
I'm gonna go get a drink.
I
Yeah.
am not going to go get another beer, so screw you.
All right.
I'm just going to suckle the last
I
drops from
have a
this
drink
bottle's
here, and it says that I should share it with a gamer.
Ugh.
So I'm gonna share it with myself, because that's how I do.
If there's one thing I can't abide, it's being pandered to.
Yeah.
Oh.
What's that, Finn? Oh, you did, didn't you? Finn put his shoes on the right foot,
Oh my God.
so he's pretty
Both
still.
shoes on the right foot?
Yep.
That's a huge mistake. I hope
here,
you
buddy.
spanked him.
Come here.
Box.
Get a hug. Come here. You need a hug.
Wow, you're resorting to juice boxes, taking your children's.
Oh.
Is that or milk?
You're drinking a juice box?
I'm drinking a juice box.
What
Hey,
flavor are
buddy.
we talking here?
Apple's the one that's cold. So
Here.
Okay.
There we
Is
go.
it actual juice or is it?
yes, it's this is stuff that they don't add any sugar to.
100% juice.
That's
Wow.
not how that works, Finn. We leave that there. There you go.
Yeah, put that right there.
Okay, you ready to go? Can I get a kiss? Oh, thank you,
Can I
Finn.
get $10? Can I
There
get
you
a
go,
college
buddy.
fund?
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, maybe I'll get a beverage real quick.
Oh, for
Oh, wow.
Oh, you know what? Your mother's.
Why don't you go get some salmon
hers
sticks while you're at it?
indeed.
I'll be right back.
Xbox turn off. Yes.
Fucking Xbox.
How's that juice box treating you? Apparently very well.
Mama's got a squeeze box she wears on her chest.
What?
No?
Sounds dirty.
That would be The
Lyrics?
Who. Not a fan of The Who?
I've heard of them.
Come on, people.
Hey, fellas.
We're not old enough.
Did they do that theme song to The Wizard?
He's on down the road.
I've never seen The Wizard.
He's on down the road. Oh, don't you carry nothing that might be a load. You got to. He's on down the road.
All right then.
I'll give you 7 out of 10 for that.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Thank you.
And we're back.
Terrifying.
Hey, about
Every time.
time.
In case you forgot, you're listening to the Player One podcast. Which, by the way, we've got one of them contest things going on for for a new theme song. That's one contest, and then new album artwork. That's contest number 2. You can find all of the details at playeronepodcast.com/contest. If you're interested in taking a crack at either of those things, theme song or album art.
And next month we're going to have a contest for the best home-brewed beer,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which I'm really excited about.
We're going to.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I hate the taste of beer.
that right?
Why?
I drink beer only because I don't want to be that guy in social situations that says, "I'm sorry, I don't like beer."
To be
This
fair,
is bad
Greg.
news.
To be fair, Greg. And Mike hates me enough as is, but I'm with you on that.
Me 3.
CJ?
Yeah, me 3.
You guys
I like
are
me-
killing
I like
me.
Good cocktails.
Look at this.
I said cocktail, Mike.
You guys are killing me.
I like
suggest-
me a good drink.
I recommend that you try the Red Rock Brewing Company's Elefino Double IPA.
I would like to.
You
Would
just
you
said that
relate
you don't
it?
like beer.
Maybe I will.
You're just saying now. You're just trying to be cool.
Yeah, now you just want to be Mike's friend.
Yeah.
Now's my chance. He hates Greg and Phil.
Yeah.
Time to move in.
Oh.
But by the way, we've gotten some really great entries in that contest so far, but we need more. More the merrier. Come on in. I
More
know.
people we can disappoint by not choosing their entry.
I know we've got some really talented listeners out there. We've seen a lot of
There's
really
been some great stuff already.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You have until July 3rd to send us yours.
I enjoy a good wine.
What do you got there?
I have
wine.
some. I have a
Phil's trying to prove
Gewürztraminer.
himself now.
Yeah. So there you go. From the Madonna Estate here in Napa,
Madonna,
California.
Estate.
Madonna Estate. That's a little winery.
Yeah. Got any
Pinot
Smothers Brothers?
No, I do not. I do not have any
Oh.
Remick Ridge
That is too
wine at
bad.
the moment. Yeah.
Too bad. Anyway, should we do some tweets?
Why not?
I think we shall. Let's do this one from Hacker Alias Rich Grisham. Let's just jump right in with the
Rich
Rich
Grisham.
Grisham tweet.
The
I know
host of
that
next
guy.
week's episode, we hope.
I think he
Otherwise, we've got nothing planned.
I think he is going to host. I confirmed it with him this afternoon. So
Oh, yeah?
we're working on that. He asks, do any of you have a game that you associate with a particular trip or vacation recently or back in your youth?
Yeah. I associate the first Final Fantasy with a trip we took down to Maine one year because we always went to Toys R Us. We always went to the mall down there because we didn't have Toys R Us in Halifax. And that's where I bought Final Fantasy, and I memorized the damn manual and the 2 monster and map posters that came with it on the drive back.
Jesus.
So I never actually played it till I got home, but I was like, I knew the game inside and out before I even turned it on.
I remember a trip to Iowa with myself and Mr. Greg Seward, and we stopped at a Best Buy on the way.
Because they didn't have those in Lombard.
God. I pick all of my vacation destinations based on retail establishments that we don't have where I live.
One of them crazy foreign Best Buys.
Next year, we're going where they have Chick-fil-A and In-N-Out.
What is this magical place you speak of? We were going to a UFC event.
That's right.
Time.
None of this makes any sense.
And I forget if you bought it too, but I bought Space Channel 5 for Dreamcast.
Pass up a
what
chance
a great
to spend money
game.
on video games?
I love that game.
I think we got some free stickers too.
Stickers?
Yeah, I think the reason why is because we had to get there. We had to drive there. We were driving there in the Geo Prism.
That's right. Damn right.
3 cylinders of fun.
CJ's sex machine.
Or no, the Geo Metro was the 3-cylinder, wasn't it? The Prism was full on 4.
Damn right.
Right.
Wow. Yeah.
And it was the day that
those
game came
carrying
out, so
around.
we saw Best Buy and stopped and said, maybe they'll have it. Because, we couldn't play it till we got home either way, but...
I'm not a guy who buys video game soundtracks, but for some reason the Dreamcast had games that made me buy their soundtracks, and Space Channel 5 was one of those, as was Shenmue.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Shenmue had a
Excellent
great
soundtracks. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's Yuzo Koshiro, some of it.
Yep.
It's good stuff. I want to clarify something because Mike's making fun of me. So you got to understand, when I was a kid, that the Canadians would cross the border to go shopping in the U.S. because it was cheaper to do so.
Okay. All right.
So that's what we did. We would go on trips, and we would always make sure that we got to go shopping while we went on the trips.
Sure. I'm not making
The
fun of you.
dollar was so much stronger,
You
and
snuck over
the
here
prices
for
were
our-
so much lower.
It was for our
But
healthcare
let's
mainly,
go
right?
ahead
Then we
and
stuffed it all
clarify.
down our pants and told the Border Patrol that we didn't buy anything.
Let's do a further clarification. The trip that CJ just mentioned to Iowa was not from
I can't.
Canada to Iowa.
I was defending my previous story. I can't defend
Okay,
that.
fair enough.
But we did
my
get in
answer
that
to this,
debate.
I think I have mentioned before. It's the only. Generally, vacations are where I do not play games, but I definitely have memories of any sort of day trip or road trip in the car being accompanied by that little LED Mattel football game.
Oh
Where it was
right.
just the
My
little
thing-
electronic dashes, the little red dashes on the
Oh,
screen.
yeah.
I played that.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was in the backseat of the 1977 red Ford LTD anytime we
Damn.
went on a road trip.
Nice. Very nice.
What the hell was I going to say? I forget what I was going to say.
I don't
Okay.
know. My
When
family
I,
used to go on vacation to Door County, Wisconsin in the
We
fall.
went to crappy places.
What's,
And,
what's,
Because they had a
Uh,
Kmart there and we didn't have
what's
Kmart
happened-
where I lived.
what's in Door County?
At the lodge, they had a game room in the basement, as many vacation destinations did.
It's all about Centipede.
back in those days.
Oh
And
man.
Pole Position 2. I was a big,
Oh, nice.
Ooh,
big into
Ah,
that. at Door
that's some
County.
good gaming.
Yeah.
So
at
what
the,
what
at the
what is
lodge.
in Door County, CJ?
A lot of woods.
That's
A lot
not.
of nature trails.
That's up in that
game
little.
room that had Pole Position 2.
It's in that weird. That's that weird little nub on Wisconsin.
Yeah, it's the
The
nub.
nipple. Wisconsin's nipple.
It's the nub.
Not really,
Nubbin.
not really a nipple.
Used to the other game we used to play all the time that I associate with trips was when we used to go to Prince Edward Island because you had to take a ferry, and if you got on the big ferry, it had an arcade,
Yeah.
So that's the one you went on.
and that's the one we always tried. We always wanted to go on, and if we did, we played Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles the whole way there and the whole way back.
And if you didn't, you faked
Ah.
it until the big
If you
ferry
didn't,
came.
you stood and watched the water go by and contemplated jumping in. So
Yeah.
When shortly after high school, I went on a friend of mine, Joe, and I would go on a lot of road trips. You know, just random weekends. We would get in the car and, hey, let's drive to St. Louis and see what's there this weekend.
go and
That
hit
sort of
the
thing.
highway.
It was you know pretty fantastic. Just being on the road, the smell of the what. But one time we decided to go down to Nolens, I believe is the locals say.
Wisconsin?
Yes. Yes. Nolens County, Wisconsin. But we went to New Orleans, and while we were down there, we did a lot of hanging out in the French Quarter area, and on the way back home, we stopped at a mall for some reason. I'm assuming lunch,
Because they had a Chick-fil-A.
yeah, because we
Sbarro.
yeah.
God.
If you're going,
We have a taste for authentic Italian.
that's right.
Because they actually put an authentic Italian in their meat. But anyway.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh. But I
Tastes like it.
I popped into the Babbage's there because Babbage's was a thing that existed at that point, and I picked up Link's Awakening for the Game Boy. I ended up playing that for most of the trip home.
You ended up ignoring your pal
Yep.
and playing that instead. That's you'd
I
be the
approve.
worst dude on a road trip with.
I approve of that.
Listen, buddy, I have no time to talk to you right now.
Link is waking up.
Exactly. So there's that. So that's my video game trip story.
I just want to take that trip down to Maine and New Hampshire now so we can go to Santa's Village again.
What?
There's this great little theme park called
we had a-
Santa's Village.
We had one
There
of
was
those
a
in Illinois,
sick-
too.
Did you really? Nice.
There was a Santa's
Was it
Village
close to a
outside.
six-gun city?
What?
No.
Well,
Six Gun City.
To be fair, most cities in the U.S. can be
True.
classified.
Yeah, I think it was probably just Bangor, but we called it Six Gun City.
Yeah.
No, it was actually a place called Six Gun City. It was great. You could go buy toy guns and the whole cowboy outfit if you wanted to, and go on a Wild West train ride, and there'd always be a bank robbery at high noon, and it was great.
Is this like
We were high.
Westworld?
We were really high.
Was there some sort of Yul Brenner?
You look it
robot
up. You
there?
know what? In the show notes, CJ's going to forget to
No,
write. We will
exactly.
promise that we'll put a link in for this, even though
No, we won't.
Apparently, the Santa's Village in Illinois still exists.
Wow.
Well, apparently it closed down. It was closed for quite a
Yeah.
while, and then recently reopened.
Santa's Village
could hear Mike's teeth
Amusement
grinding.
Park
Yes.
in East Dundee, Illinois. So
There we go.
glad to see.
All right, we're losing Mike. So
Mike,
let's move
what
on.
local amusement parks do they have out there in Utah?
It's called Lagoon.
A
It's where the
lagoon.
fun is. Yep.
Hey, there it is. Santa's Village, Christmas time theme park in Jefferson, New Hampshire.
Yep.
I tell you what sucks.
What's that?
What's that?
Holiday
Christmas.
themed.
Let's have this fight right now.
Let's have this fight right now.
Christmas
you
versus
say-
death. Pick,
If you say
pick one.
Jesus, you're gonna piss off a lot of people right now.
Man, this
Tell you
place looks
what,
awesome.
My daughter loves watching the Barney Christmas special. Might even be
Oh,
watching
man.
it right now.
God, you exposed your kid to Barney.
Well, I didn't, but Netflix did. I blame Netflix. That's right.
Netflix doesn't turn itself on, brother.
All right, so Hacker Alias.
I want to know what sucks about Christmas, Mike.
Most things.
Oh, okay.
You're a cranky old man.
Yeah.
Are
We
you
should all go to Santa's Village together. Let's do a live episode from Santa's Village in Jefferson, New Hampshire.
on Christmas Day? Let's just do it.
No.
Oh,
Can you imagine
no?
going there on Christmas Day? That'd be terrible.
Well,
We
Maybe.
should go
Sometime
to
in
the
July,
remains
it'd be great.
of Shireland.
We'll go to
Which was
Santa's
a-
Village, then we'll hit Six Gun City, and then we'll go up to that arcade that everyone talks about all the time because it was in Fistful of Quarters.
Fun spot.
Yes.
Fun spot.
The fun
That's up there
spot.
somewhere.
yeah.
Yeah.
All
Mike's
right,
in, I can tell.
how about this one from Hacker Alias Jet Pilot, who says,
Okay.
have the fans that spent the last 7 years begging for The Last Guardian not learned anything from the Duke Nukem Forever debacle?
What?
I
I don't really know what one has to do with the other. quite
I mean,
frankly.
is this supposed to be like the assumption is that
They're
Guardians
building
gonna
it up to
suck?
be the best
yeah,
game.
not all games
ever.
that are delayed interminably end up sucking.
Just some. Just some.
Some do, sure.
And some just never come out.
And also, some were never going to be good no matter what. Under what circumstances was Duke Nukem ever going to be a good game? It was going to be like a cheeky laugh for people that enjoyed the original, but it was never going to be a good game.
Yeah,
That's what you say.
Yeah.
That is what I said. I actually just said it
Oh,
30 seconds ago.
Last Guardian, whenever that thing wants to come out is fine.
Yeah.
Fine by me. I always enjoy the rumor that inevitably comes up before whatever event is about to happen, where someone says that it's been canceled, and you have various Sony people refuting that. That's always good. It's humorous. It's good for a laugh.
I would say that there would have been a chance for Duke Nukem Forever to be legitimately good had it come out
In the 90s.
Like 2 or 3 years after Duke Nukem 3D, your standard sort of sequel wait time. I think that would have been, an authentic game. It wouldn't have been sort of a little nudge, wink, wink joke at that point. So I think it could have been legitimately good. Then, mid to late 90s.
All right, then.
Okay.
That's,
Hacker alias FGE773 asked if any of us got a Retron 5. I want to hear what you think of it.
Nope.
I know.
Wait, weren't you getting one, Greg?
I canceled it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You could have had it for 100 bones.
Yeah, but it probably still wouldn't have shipped yet.
Oh, that's true.
No, like I said, they really, the way they handled their launch really irritated the hell out of me, and I was already kind of waffling on it in the first place. So,
Yep. Phil, are you interested in the Retron 5?
Slightly, kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know. The stuff I've been hearing about it makes it sound like it's okay, I guess.
Yeah, the only thing that really worries me about it is the talk about the build quality.
Yeah, that's the
various cartridge slots turning into like an unreadable slot. So
that seems contrary to the intent of the device,
right.
if I may be so bold.
It does.
Yeah, and you hear randomly about things like the save file's not, because it won't read the save off the cartridge, right? Like when you plug in the cartridge, it's basically ripping the ROM.
Yeah.
Right.
And
I thought it would.
transferring
So
the save onto the system, and then when you're done, if you want, you can put the save back on your cartridge. But
That's what I heard.
There's some weirdness there. So
Yeah, I heard that putting the save back on the cartridge doesn't work, but I don't know if I care about that particular bit.
Oh. All I know is I still have my SNES and Genesis cartridge copier, so I will just be using that
Instead.
on my, on the Retron.
Game Doctor? Did you go Game Doctor?
No, I went with the Multi-Game Hunter,
Ah, MGH.
the
Good
MGH.
choice.
Yes, indeed.
Good choice.
Yes,
Don't copy
indeed.
that floppy.
I do still have that somewhere. I have no idea if it still works or not, but yeah,
Okay.
I should dig that thing up.
Hacker alias
It's the best way to play Jackie Crush Pinball.
Hacker alias.
I imported a Jackie Crush pinball.
Really, I stole the hell out of it.
I think you mentioned it probably several months ago.
Mm.
It might have been you mentioning it because I had no idea such a game existed, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty doggone good, isn't it?
And I believe you mentioned it on the show, and I said, really? And then I hopped on eBay and got one for like $20 or something. And yeah, you are right. It is a darn fine
Yeah, Super
Pinball
Nintendo
game.
pinball game. Yep,
yes, indeed. Part of the Devil's Crush Alien Crush
exactly. Yep.
saga. Never came out here, though. So there you go.
Unless you're a thief.
Yeah.
I see.
Or a guy on eBay.
No, just thieves.
No, I to be fair, I stole it from a guy. So I guess if you want to get technical, then yeah.
That's perfect.
I don't know if it counts as pirated, but it's definitely stolen.
Did you have an
CJ.
eye patch while you were doing it?
What?
Anyway,
What?
all right. So Hacker Alias Night Attack 09 says, "Did you see Destiny? But the Destiny bundle is $4.99. Ugh.
No.
No, the white, the white PlayStation
So that means the
4.
game is $100?
I guess.
That seems like
Sure.
maybe not a great deal.
That, yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not an economist, but I'm going to say stick with the console you have and just buy the game.
There you go.
That seems
That's
about right.
that is my financial advice.
Yes.
Hey, not to
Yeah.
go back to what we were talking about a minute ago, because I honestly stopped listening to you guys after we started talking about theme parks and stuff.
Fuck's sake.
And
Yeah.
the Liberals have won. Six Gun City is now Fort Jefferson Fun Park, and they don't use guns anymore.
There
It's
you
not
go.
how the West was won now, it's how the West was fun.
Ooh.
To be fair, though, the West,
I'm staggered by this news.
Perfect timing.
but
Staggered.
the West was fun because everyone was shooting each other, though, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it true that they call the saloon girls there now the Fort Jefferson Fun Bags? Is that? That's what I'd heard.
There goes the tweet to Lee Alexander.
Yeah, CC Lee Alexander.
Thanks, Mike. We were doing so well.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, Hacker Alias Decoder Otter says,
I
"What
pronounced
games?"
Dakota Fanning.
Oh, okay,
I thought it was Decatur Otter.
Decatur Otter.
Channing Tatum.
Mr. Cotter Otter.
Mr. Otter. There we go.
All right.
Hold on a second. I have a pitch for Mad Magazine that they are gonna eat up.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
What games will you all be playing in the barren month of July? Shovel Knight.
Shovel Knight.
I will probably play some Shovel Knight. I
Yeah.
want
Shovel
to try
Knight.
the that World War I game that just came out on PSN as
yeah.
well.
Yeah, I want to hear more about that. Rich Grisham likes it.
Yeah.
I wish there was a demo.
Wait, is that the Ubisoft one?
Valiant Hearts.
Yes.
Valiant.
Yeah.
Valiant Hearts.
I'm very curious about that, just based on the art style and sort of
Totally.
the
It
I
story.
was initially
thing,
quite
it seems.
confused because it sounds so much like Vandal Hearts, which is
Yeah.
a game that I really love.
Goddamn
but
fantastic game.
Sure was. I think that might have been the first real-time strategy strategy RPG that I really fell in love with. Was that
Yeah.
game?
I'm
Great
gonna
stuff.
forgive the fact that you're not saying Shining Force, but
No, definitely not.
ouch.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious about that one too. It looks
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
The trailers
I really
are
does.
awesome, but
I dig the look of it, but yeah, I wish there was a demo.
So I'm sure I'll be playing that and Wolfenstein and Shovel Knight.
Yeah.
and then the
And
Destiny beta and
The Last of Us.
The Last of Us, yeah.
Yep.
There you go. All right, let's do this one from Hacker Alias Feature Preacher, who says, "Will big publishers follow EA's path and leave Steam to create their own PC ecosystems? Will Steam still be relevant without them?"
I would like to predict that both EA and Ubisoft will do that. I'm not sure about anyone else.
Yeah.
Who
I
else
don't-
really would do that?
Yeah, I don't think anyone else really would.
Yeah.
I think that's
Didn't-
about it.
I mean, isn't CD Projekt Red kind of done that?
Well, they
With
just
little
make their
games?
games available everywhere, though, and they don't
Well, I
care
know
about
that,
DRM.
I mean, they're not being. I guess they're not doing it as an exclusive. But I mean, the good
Right.
old games thing is definitely not.
Sure.
Nothing.
Yep.
You know.
Agreed.
Yeah.
All right. Hacker Alias Tripon01 says, "Is the fighting genre too niche to
Niche.
make
I would have to go
Niche.
with niche for that if we could.
You would be
Okay,
wrong.
niche. To make an impact on video games trends?"
What?
No. I think it
No.
has made an impact on video game trends, hasn't it?
Yeah, starting in
I
like the
think it
90s.
Hmm.
Maybe
It's like the only
today
thing people were doing.
its impact isn't as forceful.
I don't know. The DLC that just came out for Dead Rising seems heavily influenced by the
Oh.
fighting genre.
Yeah.
You're right. I think you were right about that.
So you'll say genre, but you won't say niche.
I will not. No.
There's something wrong with you.
He also asks best place for dim sum. You guys
China?
enjoy the dim sum?
China. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with China. Yeah, definitely China.
China.
I mean, you could split hairs and Shanghai maybe.
Hmm.
Do you want to get that specific? I'm just gonna go China generally.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna say mainland
Japan.
China.
Oh,
Really? Okay.
Mainland China.
All right.
Okay.
That's your prerogative.
In
The way
Asia.
that I want to live. Yeah.
When you go to the airport and you ask for your ticket,
Had I known that a
to
Bobby
China.
Brown lyric was going to come out of that, there's no way in Christ's verdant earth I ever would have said that.
I had to. Come on.
Man, oh man.
All right. Hacker alias Wayward Moose asks.
This one's for Greg.
If Mike guest starred on Back in My Play, what would he choose as his topic?
This should be pretty easy.
Little Big Planet?
Kevin Larrabee's pecs.
All right.
That guy is dreamy.
Let's talk pecs.
Yeah. Let's have this fight right now. Pecs or abs?
Always pecs.
What's your biggest turn on? Really?
Always pecs.
You're a
yeah.
pecs man?
Yeah.
Glutes.
Glutes.
Glutes. The more the better.
The more the better.
Yeah, if you can get like 7 or 8 glutes in there, yeah. You're doing fine.
Speaking my language.
Thank you. Yeah, I felt bad for the entirety of when I was on
Why's that?
back in because
I felt bad for the entirety of when you were on too.
He's Johnny Fitcast, and here I am seeing how many do.
Yeah,
How many
as we're
Coke Zeros
recording
you
the
can
show,
chug in an
do-
hour?
Do I eat the handful of Doritos or do I eat the handful of Oreos first? Which one's going
It's
to
real Sophie's choice.
No.
I would go with either Super Castlevania 4 or 16-bit sports games. I think that would have to be probably the two areas that I could
I
excel
think they may
at.
have already done Super Castlevania 4, so
Oh, they've probably done
I
both,
think they could do it
but
we could do it again.
those would be the two where I could contribute. Or Super Metroid. I could talk at length about Super Metroid for sure. Lots of Super Nintendo games, actually.
Lots of super. Just say super.
Yeah.
Anything with
If you wanted to
super in it.
talk about the Lawnmower Man on Super Nintendo, I'm the guy, because I played a shitload of the Lawnmower Man on Super Nintendo for
Nice.
reasons I
Why?
cannot
Why?
exactly explain.
No,
I don't know.
we're gonna
that
need those
game.
reasons.
You were,
I
you were
love
way
that
into.
game.
Was that an Ocean game?
Weren't they all?
I don't know.
I don't even
Was that-
remember.
If it was Ocean,
Was it
it wasn't Ocean. It was Acclaim.
I don't know.
Yeah. You know what series I miss is
Software Tool Works.
Rolling Thunder.
Oh, that was.
I think the
yeah.
Rolling Thunder game would be pretty neat in a modern engine. I always thought that it would be cool to do a 2D side-scrolling Uncharted game done in the style of Rolling Thunder. I thought that
That would
be
be
really
very
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
It was Toy Headquarters, by the way.
Oh,
That's what you were looking
THQ.
Yeah.
For
Makers of Home Alone, the video
Lawnmower
game.
Man. Yes.
yeah.
The Family Dog.
God.
Oh yeah.
Weren't they the one that was going to make a game based on Socks the Cat?
No, that was
Oh jeez, who was that?
That's terrifying.
Kaneko.
Kaneko?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I believe
Yeah. They did the
Socks
DJ
the Cat rocks the hill.
and then
Yep.
they also did
That's what it was called.
Cat.
I have a I have a promotional
Socks Cat.
T-shirt for Socks the Cat Rocks the Hill somewhere that I got at CES back in the day.
With a
Yeesh.
caricature of Bill Clinton on the cover. Wow.
Yeah.
Who did the Fido Dido video game? That's what I want to know.
I don't know, but that never came out.
No,
I think that was Kaneko as well, wasn't
I
it?
think you're right. I think it was.
Yeah.
Good
They had
times,
all the
good
hits.
Yeah. They did
Oh,
the
so I
Chester
just go
Cheetah
Pets.
game as well.
Mr. Larrabee's pecs would be the
Yeah, didn't they do
topic.
didn't they do Chester Cheetah as well?
Yeah, that's what I just said.
They
Yeah,
did.
okay. Sorry, I was writing while you were.
Ah.
Yeah.
making.
Yeah, that's weird. That's weird.
What's weird? There was a company that had like Fido Dido and Chester Cheetah and
Remember when
Sox.
Fido Dido was actually a thing, though? Like, what the hell was wrong with us?
Was there a
The
Rude Dog
Uncola.
like, Weeds game?
I don't know. There's a Cool Spot video game.
Well, I know that.
Yeah.
Yep.
How about that?
Is there a Big Johnson game? I know CJ wore a lot of the Big Johnson shirts back in the day.
Right. That was yeah.
Big
He
Johnson
alternated
Surf
between
Club.
Big Johnson and Rude
But
Dog.
you know what I did is
Yeah.
I took a permanent marker.
Well,
and added
yeah.
a T.
Yeah, exactly.
Big Johnston.
That's what I did. Of
If you're
course.
gonna hit the waves, be sure to wax up your Big Johnston. That sort of thing. You know.
Wow, this is what a terrible taste. What the hell was wrong?
Hey
What
man,
has
it
happened?
was the 80s, man. You know.
It was the 80s, and there was time for terrible mascots.
It was.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Let's bring back Plock.
Block.
Which, by the way, somebody is doing that.
Really?
The original creators of Plock.
Tell me they're doing a Kickstarter.
I hope.
Tell me they think that there's
I
gonna
think
be
they've already
a
given
Kickstarter.
$100 to it.
Yeah, that and the
Because the-
Alfred Chicken reboot.
Oh man, don't even.
You guys
What is
are
Alfred
actually
Chicken?
literally fucking killing me right now. If I did not have Spotify going on in the background, I would have self-immolated by now.
Hi, you're just listening to Alfred Chicken. Look out for the mousies, kids.
Get the watering cans.
Get the watering cans.
All
It's
right.
calling the Alfred Chicken
I could be sleeping right now. Let's hurry along.
All
line.
right, do we want to? Well, let's do this last one from Hacker Alias, Robo Talbot, or
Okay.
Robot Albert. Either
Robo Talbot.
Robo Talbot. That's what I
Robo
like.
Talbot. There you go.
I think we've had this conversation before.
Or
Every-
Robottle Bot.
It's possible. He says, my wife and I are expecting our first child in about a month. Any tips on how to fit gaming into my busy schedule as a new dad?
Portables.
Schedule doesn't have to be busy. Rent an apartment in the city.
Yeah.
Divorce. Divorce is
Yeah.
good.
Divorce
Yeah.
is an option. Yeah.
Yeah.
Portables. Portables.
Is your wife expecting help? Because if she's not, you know,
There's absolutely no change.
if she doesn't specifically ask you to do something, you're not obligated to do it.
That's true.
If-
You're
if-
not contractually obligated.
That's one
If
of the
watching
nice
Mad Men has
things.
taught me anything, there was a time when it was okay to not be involved at all in your children's upbringing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's right.
You're just
my-
going to have to play when everybody's asleep.
My father-in-law was truly surprised when he found out that I was actually in the delivery room with my wife on our first child.
Really?
Really?
It was he back in the 70s, and it was still happening
Well,
back in
yeah.
the 70s. It was like you drop her off, and you either go hang out in the waiting room. He went and played golf.
Yep. You go into the hospital waiting room, light up a cigarette, and
Light up a cigarette.
It is pretty funny. Like, the generational change is pretty hilarious because there was a point where my wife was grousing that I worked too much, got home too late, was not home enough, that kind of thing. Because I would get home, I'd get home like 6:30 every night ish, and I
Geez,
would
that's
explain to
funny,
her. Yeah, I would explain to her. My dad would get home at like 7, eat dinner, and work the rest of the night. So I got zero time with him. And then we were at a family party, and I was talking about that, and my dad said, "Yeah, I saw my dad on the weekends sometimes."
oh,
Yeah.
nice.
But portable systems. That's my suggestion.
Let me
Honestly-
say this:
An
get a portable
off-TV
system.
play.
Get a portable system, bring it with you to the delivery room, and try and get her to sort of stretch out that labor for as long as you can.
Man, I'm
You know.
never mind.
It's. I think it's starting to crown.
I don't think he was asking. I
Well,
don't think he was asking how he's going to get some video games in during delivery.
well, I'm just saying.
Wait,
it's-
what was Mike going to say? This was going to be brilliant. This
No,
this is gonna be gold.
I got as far as Phil saying stretch out those lab, and I thought, oh god, I'm gonna have to
Oh.
punch out right now. I've got to go.
Come on.
And then it became labor, and I was
Come
okay.
on.
Yeah.
Whew.
Honestly, it's for me when my youngest, or my oldest, I should say, was a baby. It was nap time,
Yeah.
And she was because my wife was also so exhausted, and our baby was not. She wasn't very good at sleeping in her crib. She needed to be held. So I just got to the point where I would lay back on my couch and drape her across me, and then I'd play video games because my wife was having a nap at the same time the baby was. So
we have pictures of my wife wearing one of those little swaddly shoulder strap things.
Yeah.
With baby Finn sleeping, curled up in there, and she's sitting there playing Mass Effect 3, I believe.
There you go.
So, yeah.
You could just neglect your child, really, is what we're saying. I mean, it's really a choice you have to make. You have as much time as you make, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much do you love the kid?
Yeah. I mean, how long have you known him? Let's be honest.
You don't even know the kid right now, so could be a jerk.
He could be a total sociopath. You don't even know.
You don't want to hang out with that guy.
He can't talk yet. He can't tell you.
Yeah.
That's right.
Babies are dumb. They can't talk. They can't even stand up.
Can't even walk, for God's sake.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man. Boring conversations. They, like, even if they try to watch Game of Thrones, it just confuses them. It's like they can't even keep the characters straight and stuff like that. So you're not gonna have anything to talk about with these kids.
Youngins.
I'm a lot like a baby in that way since I don't watch Game of Thrones.
Who's your favorite
That's not the only
Lannister,
way.
Mike?
I like
Jimbo Lannister.
Clarence.
Yeah.
We'll go with Clarence. Is
Makes
that
sense. That makes sense. One of the more pilots. Well, that's the character that's Peter Dinklage plays.
He's my favorite Clemens, so I assume he'll be my favorite Lannister.
He's actually the main character of the Telltale games. Clarence Lannister.
Makes sense.
He's the sassy cousin that no one knew that they had
He's the
until
black sheep of the family.
until the game, and they needed some nuclear insert. Yeah.
All right, are we done here?
Yes.
Don't know. Are
About an
we?
hour ago.
Unless there's some more Fido Dido to talk about. For
Oh, jeez. Let's hope.
Greatest mascot. Greatest uncola mascot ever.
Yeah, he was 7-Up mascot.
He was he
was
Slice?
7-Up. You know, he's 7-Up before Cool Spot.
All right. Who was the Slice mascot? No mascot for Slice?
I don't know if Slice.
Yeah.
The
Wait, you
hell
didn't
is Slice?
enjoy Slice?
I don't think we had Slice.
Slice doesn't exist anymore, right?
No, it doesn't.
Right,
I think
it's
Sierra
Sierra
Mist is its replacement.
Was
Sierra
Slice a Pepsi
Yes.
product? Okay.
Was that Sprite?
It
Yeah.
was Sprite, but it was the Pepsi version.
I
Yeah.
thought Sprite was. So wait, what was 7-Up?
7-Up is the
its own
7-Up
company.
version of 7-Up.
Didn't Coke or
7-Up is
Pepsi own 7-Up?
No, 7-Up
No.
is its own company.
Oh damn.
Uncola.
Doesn't 7-Up own Dr. Pepper?
Well, now they do.
That's
yes.
terrible.
Do they?
I
Okay.
didn't think they started out that way.
Now I
Oh,
now I
okay.
see why they had such terrible mascots to make decisions like that.
Not a fan of the Dr. Pepper?
Oh god, I can't.
He
stand
only
Dr.
likes
Pepper.
Mr.
Good
Pibb.
man. Good
Would
man.
you like to be a pepper too?
Yeah, Dr. Pepper
Yeah,
is
that was
pretty
the only
nasty.
good thing about Dr. Pepper was the song.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say its appearance in Short Circuit.
There you go.
Clearly,
Yeah.
I mean, actually, I believe that was Short Circuit 2, wasn't it, CJ?
I want to be a
I
pepper
don't
and
know.
slurp. Oh god, I don't want to
Were
be
you
a
just-
pepper anymore.
CJ
Dr.
making
Pepper
a
is good.
Short Circuit 2 reference here
Yeah.
on the Player One podcast.
Well, someone had to. If we're going to
Los
talk about
Locos.
You know, CJ, you
Kick
can make this
your
all end if you just
ass.
launch into our outro.
Los Locos.
Oh,
Kick your
right. That's
face.
our show for this week. Number
Los Locos. Kick your
399
balls.
is in the
Into outer
bag.
space.
Yes. So next week we'll be doing episode 400, hosted by someone who is more professional than any of us.
The
You know
Alexander.
that Indian fella
Yeah.
in Short Circuit wasn't actually an Indian fella?
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. If you'd like to comment on something that you heard
Mm-hmm.
in this episode, or ask us a question, why? Oh, jeez.
Yeah, the earthquake in Utah.
Mike's down.
Mike's
Mike's down.
spotlights 3 or 4 times this episode.
You can direct that to @P1 Podcast on the Twitter.
That's what happens every time I nod off in the middle of a podcast.
Yes, indeed. Or you can go to our internet website at player1podcast.com. There you will find blog entries about Sega CD from Mr. Greg Seward.
You will?
Yeah, Generation
It's nice
16.
to have all four of us back together. I missed this, guys.
It is.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm,
Yeah.
mm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You gotta have all four. I like to have an even number of poles and holes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Well,
What are you saying?
What?
I don't know.
What's this about?
there was an accident. And
Did I mention that Six Gun City is gone now?
Yeah, it's now like Happy Marshmallow Land or
Big
something.
part of my childhood.
You be okay?
All right. Yeah. Player1podcast.com. You'll find Generation 16 episode. And you will
Yeah.
find a message board where you can discuss this very episode with us and our other listeners.
Fisher Stevens is the fellow's name, and he's not Indian. He was
Stevens played an Indian?
Yes.
Have you not seen Short Circuit?
No, I've not seen Short Circuit.
Well, first of all, you're missing a
need to.
solid.
Nothing.
I'm not going to say
Oh God,
the
please.
greatest movie, but perhaps the greatest movie with Steve Guttenberg and Ali Sheedy.
Mm.
You know, if you're looking at like a Venn diagram, that's probably the best of your intersection there. But yeah, Fisher Stevens is doing the stereotypical.
Wow. That's
Indian
as
voice.
bad as C. Thomas Howell being in blackface in Soul Man.
Yeah, yeah. It comes across, I guess, a little insensitive, I suppose.
Just a little.
Some would say racist.
a little insensitive. Perhaps. You know, I'm not Indian myself, so I can't really say what's offensive, but it's a little. It just seems a little off the mark.
All right, then.
Yeah. If you'd like to subscribe to the Player One podcast or discuss the film career of Fisher Stevens some more, you can do so by visiting PlayerOnePodcast.com.
Now you got me. Now you've hooked me.
There you go. See?
I need a staple gun for my forehead.
What's wrong?
I need to end this. This is-
There
I think
are
you'll find that a
effective
nail
ways.
gun will be much more
Yeah.
effective than a staple
Yeah.
I
gun.
don't know if it's one of
Staple
those big. one of those big ones you use on like.
Nah,
you know,
still,
Yeah.
that's
Go with
only going to hurt. That
I don't want to
wouldn't-
die. I just want to forget this episode.
No. I think you shoot a nail gun right
No,
through the
that's
center of your
not-
forehead,
that's
and it'll
not
go right
cool.
through your frontal lobes, and you'll just be,
But you can't
rendered inert.
You can't pull it out. You have to push it all the way through and have it come out the backside.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Seems
it's
messy.
going to cause damage the other way. So you can do so by visiting PlayerOnePodcast.com. Xbox off. Right to the iTunes Music Store. You can also invest at $1.99.
Cheap.
Pick up the Player One Podcast iPhone application. It gives you one-touch communication with us via the emails and the Twitters and the what have yous.
Yeah.
We also have all of our episodes ready to stream right to your listening device. And hey, Android cell phone, telephone users, the Player One Podcast iPhone application available for your listening device as well for that same $1.99.
Also quite cheap.
You bet it is, baby. How you feeling tonight?
How you doing?
Well, I'm fine. You can also find us on the Stitcher, the Amazon Android store. That's where that is, and
Yep.
Windows 8 thing. You can listen to us. You can watch us. Screw listening.
Seems
what old people
ill-advised,
do.
but sure.
You can watch us live most weeks on the YouTubes. We broadcast our shows live most of the time. Just follow our Twitter account to find out when we're doing our next live show, or you can go straight to youtube.com/P1podcast to check out some of our previous episodes as well.
Sure. Why not?
You know
What else?
Why
you
not?
do, really?
Yeah. You can, and you know, while you're doing that, you can open up another tab and go give us a like on Facebook,
Sure.
because I think we get more money if we get more likes. Is that how it works?
No.
Yes.
Is that
Yes.
I did something monetization? Go monetize and see what happens, folks.
Okay.
CJ,
Yeah.
it's all about you, man. Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you for all you've done.
399 of these, huh?
I don't want to think about that. Greg,
Mm-hmm.
you stink. You
Thanks.
stink like duty.
Yep.
Duty and poo-poo coming out of a butt. How's that feel?
It's better than going in, I guess.
Oh, that's weird. Hey, Mike,
Mm.
tell Greg I was just kidding about that poo-poo thing. I didn't really mean that. Well, tell him! Because now I feel bad. I don't want to go back and talk to him. He's gonna be upset with me. Mike, how you doing, buddy?
That's great.
What
You know
song is
what?
playing on your Spotify's?
Right now I'm listening to Brilza Blocks by Alt J. It's pretty good. I like it. They have a new single out that is called Hunger of the Pine. It's pretty good. New album coming soon.
Is it like Hungry
Get
Like the
excited.
Wolf?
Not at all.
Yes, I have heard that song.
Okay.
Hey, Mike, I don't think I ever mentioned to you, but that Stereotype A is a darned fine
You
listening
bet
album.
your sweet bippy it is.
I
That's a
do.
Great album.
I
Yeah,
bet my Bippy
it's
all the
excellent.
way from here to Timbuktu. That was
Yeah.
a fine album.
It's a very good album.
We'll listen again.
Excellent.
How about that? Have listened again. We'll listen again. Actually, Mike, you're a music guy. You'll be excited that the Weird Al album is coming out next month.
No, I like music.
Yes. So, mandatory fun coming soon from Weird
Right
Al.
around now, CJ, you should just sort of
Yankovic.
increase the volume on the outro music.
It's already done.
Was
Okay,
that?
good.
That's
Wait,
it.
was that throat clearing? Was that a shut up, Phil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't work on me. You need to just say shut up, Phil.
Okay.
I just think, oh, poor CJ's sick. I mean, the guy is sitting over here. he's
Shut up,
calm.
Phil.
I hope he didn't get what I got, you know? I mean, I
bye.
thought I would.
Next week?
Well,
Next
big
week?
400 next week.
Let's do it.
Join us, won't
Oh.
you?
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.